Alright, let's try this again. Hello everybody, this is Mackin322 here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. I know it's been a while since I've streamed, but on the other hand, let us get to the objective, which is the Hildibrand Manderville quest of 7.45. Alright, with that being said, let's get to it. A need for speed. Hard to boil casts a resolute shadow beneath the unrelating glare of True View's neon illumination. I wonder what this is about. Matthew, I was hoping you'd drop by. It took a bit of a doing, but I was able to widen the crack I made in that storage device and yank out a couple of new scraps of data. The first file just so happened to be a record of Cullian's Carnelian's procedure. Okay, there we go. God, it's hard for me to read. Seems the bastard's soul was poured into one of those clot-type monsters. Clot-type monsters, I guess. They got an annoying talent for mimicking shape and faces, which is exactly what Carnelian took advantage of when he tricked us with his fake Kimaka. There we go. God, that is hard. Never fear! Inspector Hildibrand is here! The other file I pulled has details on yet another monster fiend criminal. This mook was nabbed for repeated vehicular violations, riding this air-wheeler too fast, making reckless maneuvers, endangering others, that sort of thing. According to the data, he's running around in the body of a Cactaur now. Judging by what we've seen of that research schemes, he'll have dispatched the prickly speed demon somewhere outside the dome. But where? Yep. Inspector Dumbass. I guess that works. But where? Rejoice, my good detective, for I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, come bearing the very direction you seek. I have it straight from the mouth of the real Kamaka that an ambulatory cactus plotting a flying contraction was supposedly observed streaking through the sky on a southerly bearing. What? Alas, despite hasting to confirm this sighting, our Interport sheriff arrived too late to see the needle-covered individual in question. The report was summarily dismissed I'm sorry, what does that say? Thankful imagery of inebriated townfolk. That is a hard word to actually say. Hey, I usually like to wear my armor. I don't really do that much of a glam sometimes. Anyways, moving on. The insistent chirp of veteran instance, nonetheless, impelled me to investigate. Thus did thy faithful assistant and I ventured further south to question the colorful crowds of Tuliodol. It's Tuliola, you idiot! What is wrong with you, Hildibrand? Tuliola! There we go! Now she was starting to become more smart! Not you! You're becoming a smart person now! Yes! Oh. Yes. Dare to find suburb witnesses eager to tell of an airborne succulent.
They said it was moving at an incredible pace, set astride a vehicle like the ones the mechanical invaders have ridden. It was last seen zipping past a dirigible before vanishing into the clouds to the south.
I literally had to squint down to the freaking screen to see that. Ugh. Alexandrian soldiers ride on air wheelers. So unless there's another flying Cactaur out there somewhere, I think we have our men. Good work. Oh, God. Almost too good, in fact. Over there! Is that a new case I spy? What? Hardly had to bait the hook. They're the real deal, alright. Although, come to think of it, I don't know why anyone would bother impersonating either of them to begin with. At least the leads seem solid enough. But if we're seriously about catching this guy, we need an air wheeler of our own. Come on, there's a shop nearby that does custom jobs. Alrighty. Well, if you don't mind, I moved some of the layouts because it's kind of hard to see the screen. God, my horrible voice acting, I can already tell.
Oh, I could go for a nice bowl of custard.
Custard. Did he say they do custard jobs? Custom jobs! Custom! Come on, you guys! Alright, Hilda, Hardy Boyle, let's just go for it. This is the place. I used to be a regular here, but I ain't been back in a while. Let's see if they still remember me. Probably not, but we'll see. Well, well, look who the wind blew in. I mean, well, well, look who the wind blew in. Monon, I've come for my steed. That battered old scrap heap? It's been rusting on my garage floor so long. I thought I could manage a slow trot, let alone a gallop. Happy to give it a tune-up if you credits the bird, but I'll need you to supply some parts, a new high voltage battery and a superconductor and superconductor coil at a minimum. The chronometer's ticking. I'll see if I can get my hands on a battery, but can I ask you to track down the coil? These soft-boiled dopes wouldn't know a super... I mean... let me try that again. These soft-boiled dopes wouldn't know a suspicion spring from an anti-gravity gimbal. But you, I can trust to find the right part without cracking under the pressure. I'm on a detective. Boyle. Boyle seems desperate to get his air wheeler up and running, so I'll give you a tip. You want a coil quick like? Then salvaging the rides of defective centuries is your best bet. I'll even lend you this handy gadget to help you out. Set off the distress signal on the west side of Old Alexandria, and you'll soon have some murderous mechanical company to dismantle for parts. God, I stutter my words too much. It's hard. It's actually harder than it looks. I'll take these two along with me on the battery hunt. Good luck out there. Yeah, it happens. Okay. So, what I need to do is head over to the outskirts. Don't say anything. I haven't gotten far into this. Don't want to be spoiled, by the way. Oh, that must be it. All right. Back we go. I don't know during that part. I'm not really sure though. I'm not sure when we can actually do that. Well, get your hands on the coil. Yep. Aye, that should do the trick. Now, where did your mates run off to? Can't be that hard to find a store what sells batteries. You should probably head over to the Nexus arcade and see what's keeping them. Alright. Alright, I have to... Oh, here it is. The Ethernet shard. Alright. I probably should have teleported to Nexus Coil. What am I thinking? I mean, Nexus Arcade. My head. Alright. Where are they? I am probably going to take a wild guess they're at the bike area. Knew it. Matthew, any trouble picking up that coil? Nothing you couldn't handle, I wager. As for the battery, I bought one easily enough. The problem was convincing the inspector and his scout to stick around after he caught a whiff of tantalizing familiarity. Long story short, they wandered off and haven't come back. Suppose we ought to look for them, eh? Oh boy, what did they get themselves into? I swear to God. And of course that stalker is still there. Another zombie fellow, hello! Is that a corpse? A smiling corpse? You needn't fret, detective. This dapper zombie is an old acquaintance of mine. Allow me to introduce myself, good sir. I am a proud member of the Gentle Dead Men and disciple of Master Zombibrand. I have been on the road, seeking our new recruits for our merry Mulderers band. Said search is what brought me here, and into the midst of this unexpected, yet most welcome reunion. I don't usually hold with necromancy, but he seems harmless enough. So, if you're done catching up, we've got a case to work. No matter where Hildibrand goes, another gentle dead man will pretty much be wandering around. In actual fact, our conversation was almost entirely case adjacent. Blah. I am bad with words. Adjacent. Employee this nose for festering fellow. This gentle zombie traced the stench of necromantic decay to the very facility in which I once slumbered. Yes, I became fast friends with one of the reanimated researchers there. During the process of getting to know each other, he spoke briefly of the only person left alive after the incident. According to my new child chum, all the lab workers perished when an accident resulted in the leakage of a high toxic substance. All that is, save for a single man for habitually wore a protective gas mask. Kishkayi is his name. He was second in charge after the overseer himself, yet disdained by his peers as a condescending know-it-all. They did, however, grudgingly recognized his passion for his work, even after devoting a full day to official experiments. He would pour his remaining time and energy into some mysterious side project. And he was the sole surviving researcher, you say? Sounds like we finally have a name for our mastermind. Court stay of the shambling undead, no less. No matter how many years I do this job. Well, thanks for that. Glad to be of service. Now, if you'll excuse me, my new recruit and I have a cafe tour planned. And there he goes. So that fella was an honest-to-God's walking corpse, huh? I met weird folks in my line of work, but do you always keep company with such oddballs? Don't remind me. That was out of the line. It's just, I reckon there are forces in this world you better off not messing with. Anyway, let me take these parts back to Monon and get my wheeler repaired. I really did a hard pause on that one. Shouldn't take too long. I'll ride him back here to make sure he's running smoothly. And you can see the magnificent beast in all his glory. My Kang.
Our gentle zombie friend was as reanimated as ever.
I cannot do that voice so much. Bah! Detective Hardboiled seems somewhat nervous. Excited to reclaim his pride and joy, perhaps. Screenshot that! Holy shit!
Car, would you look at that?
Wish that was our mount. Hildibrand's like, what the fuck? How are you so excited about this? Hildibrand's face is so worrisome. Hildibrand, his face. Wait. There we go. There. I really had to get that shot of Hildibrand's face. He's like, what the fuck? Oh no. What do you think, Matthew? I call him Night Stallion. He's a custom job built for yours truly and has far too much horsepower for the average mook to handle. Anti-gravity capabilities are standard, but when it comes to ground speed, he's been between to achieve the highest possible. Anti-gravity capabilities are standard, but when it comes to ground speed, he's been tweaked to achieve the highest possible performance. The trick is to install quick heating motor coils. But won't the increased heat comprise blah 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 blah? Let me try that again. But won't the increased heat compromise the magnetic field's integrity? You ask? Wait, but won't the increased heat compromise the magnetic feels interrogi, you ask? I mean, interrogi and whatever. Blah, I am so bad at this. Well, that's a valid concern. A hotter drive. I can't really say it because freaking Hildibrand and now you are really messing with this bike. Damn it. Okay, let me try this again. While that's a valid concern, a hotter drivetrain responds completely differently when you open up the throttles and... You, get those filthy hands off my ride. I really thought to enhance your beloved Steve with a touch of Salamanderville.
So you had this amazing machine this whole time? Why haven't you been riding it until now?
Ah, so fresh-faced and innocent. So fresh-faced and innocent. The spitting image of my assistant. I'll never forget the day I hung up my spores. And it was right after I caught Carnelian. Hildibrand, what are you doing? Oh my god, the music! Here we go again! Oh! I've been simming in through for vengeance, fit to burst my shell at any moment. The big house is too good for the likes of the Crime King. See you in hell, your majesty. Holy shit! Damn! Should have pulled the trigger when you had the chance. You've gone soft, hard to boil. What the fuck? Whoa, whoa, what the fuck? How? How in the bloody hell did you get yourself to this time, Hildibrand? Oh my god. Okay, you know what? This flashback exceeds the legal length.
Laced with
Blah! But why am I? What the fuck? Why am I here? I didn't even read the. Wait! I didn't even read that.
Laced with illustrious embellishment, no doubt.
Oh, come on! No, we're not skipping this. Stick to the facts. Why am I here? Just stick to the facts. Stick to the facts. You ruined it, you guys! You ruined it for him! To cut to the chase, my assistant was avenged. Slinging the crime king into the slammer took me off the boil, and riding cold just ain't my style. But now the Charlians on the streets again. I mean the Carnelians on the streets again. It's time for me to get back in the saddle. Excuse me. Excuse me. They were saying that Cactaur punk flew over Thule whatever, then blew past a dirigible on his way south, right? What kind of territory are we looking at? Oh boy. If it's what I think it is. Lots of big trees, are they? Then let's make this yak-tail dirigible landing our starting point. I'll take Night Stallion and meet you there. Oh boy. Hildibrand! For God's sakes! I'm warning you. Get out of my bike, you dumbass! He gave you a warning before. He ain't giving you a second time. Hildibrand, you need to learn your lesson, buddy. Like, holy shit.
I wish I had a shiny really like the detective. I'd finally be able to keep up with the inspector.
Gods. I can never stop laughing at this. Meteorites and meteor wrong. What the fuck does that mean? Anyways, Hildibrand is eager to take to the air. Right. We shall find our way to this cocktail dirigible landing. See you there.
I'm pretty sure it was Yak's tail, Inspector.
Yak tail. It's yak tail. Come on. Oh my god. Nah, shit, you were intelligent back then when you said Tulliola. Now you say Yak's tail. It's yak tail. Oh my god. Whatever, I'll see you guys there. I mean, very close. This was my first time aboard a dirigible. Dirigible. 'Tis not so different from an airship. If said airship had jettings done its own means of propulsion? How in the world do you pronounce that word? Okay, that is weird.
Sailing through the air is a lovely way to travel.
Yeah, it is. Anyways. You made it. Even this jaded old gumshoe has to appreciate that view coming in over the treetops. Anyway, I talked to the locals while waiting for you lot to arrive. And one fella had seen Mr. Cactaur flying down to the lower forests. I'm told the biggest place out that way is a settlement called Mamook. So that'll be our next destination. Let's head over there, walk the streets, ask some questions. You know, the usual. Very well. Very good, detective. But what's become of your wondrous wheeler? Night Stallion would draw more attention than I'd like. I'll use the autopilot function to call him if I need him. But otherwise I'll make do with my own 2 feet. Thought he was going to say shoes, but he said feet. Alright. So to Mamook we go.
It's awfully dark here beneath the canopy.
Such a dense proliferation of forest giants. I am reminded of the 12's wood. Huh. That must be Mamook. They're building things different down here, huh? But we ain't got time to admire the architecture. Spread out and find someone who claps eyes on the Cactaur. Alright. My neck is really in the pain of bane. Oh wait, no one is not in here. Wait, yes, I did see an unusual creature riding the strange vehicle through the forest at breakneck speeds. The vehicle's terrible noise is what first drew my attention, following by that incomprehensible yelling of its pilot. Yet the sight of this posturing man-plant was so absurd I found myself more bemused than frightened. Bemused and frightened. Why do I get the feeling it's probably gonna be something very stupidity, but also funny at the same time? Let's try going up. Have you seen an unusual vehicle with that weird Cactaur? Yes, I've encountered the fiend you described. The forest has its share of fascinating creatures, but this one was undeniably out of place. I observed it smashing one of the giant meteors with a cub, then racing away with a broken piece. Make that what you will. Make of that what you will. Even though that character's a female, I'm not sure why I gave that this voice, but well. Yeah, same here. Knowing my master, she's probably gonna do. I mean, no! Why did I say that? Kill me, please. My master, she'll probably just. Anyways, Bakuja. Have you seen an unusual creature that is flying around in some weird, strange vehicle? Ah, the subject of recent gossip? I crossed paths with the creature myself, and it was indeed odd, but the machine it rolled on was the true wonder. He pulled up alongside me and my rear end, challenged us to a race, then zoomed off with an outstanding swiftness. If you're planning to catch that fiend, you'll need an equally miraculous mount. Oh, you mean this one? I'm pretty sure he can catch up. Barely. Well, this is a civilian mount, so yeah, it's not gonna do too well. So, what's the rap? Apparently they've seen the vehicle going all the way out and everything, and one of them had encountered. The testimonies I gathered were very much the same. There is a Cactaur racing around out there. That much can be certain. But if he's making stops to bag meteorite fragments, then this ain't no simple joyride. They should have let us customize it. Yeah, sort of. But as a civilian bike. Talk to me, Matthew. Something about those rocks I oughta know. Basically, it's the meteorites that actually gives out light around here. Some kind of special etheritic radiation, eh? We haven't pieced together Kanshkai's big plan yet, but he seems real interested in those space stones. Which means we got a good chance of finding his spiky goon by stacking out the spot where the meteorites are. If we nab the Cactaur, we can make him black. We can make him lead us to the researcher, and to Carnelia, whatever. Blah. When I say us, I mean me and Night Stallion, of course. Once we find him, the rest of you won't be giving chase without an air-wheeler. You do realize I have an air-wheeler, but it's a civilian type. I need no such contrivance. These legs have been conditioned by an intenseful chocobo bearing exercise regime. What? Hang on, wait! You don't even have the... Well, good luck to them. Good luck to them. Still thinks he's a weak-willed punk. But I can't deny that uncanny body of his is made of sternier stuff. Also, that bug is stalking us too, I just noticed. The bug is right there. I didn't even see that. It's stalking. Wait. I hope that bug is not who I think it is. That bug has been stalking him for quite a while. I hope it's not who I think it is. I get the feeling we might know who it is then. But we'll see later on. We'll see. Let's get on with it then. I hear there's a few good-sized meteorites alongside the road that leads out of town. We'll start at the near end and hope the mook puts in the appearance. Something tells me that bug is a spy. That bug is a spy. I think the bug might be a spy for that whatchamacallit. I'm calling it. I'm literally gonna call it. That bug is a spy. Because it's been following them no matter where they go. And there's one meteor right there. Oh my.
Who knew meteors were so big or bumpy?
Fancy meeting you here. I too deduce that this may very well be the scene of our criminal's next crime. You don't think it's that lost comrade of Hardy Boyle? If it is, that would be shocking, but I doubt it is. I doubt it. But we'll see. Is that clumsy elf trying to hide? I don't know. Let's check. No wheeler riding Cactaur around here. Let's move on. Ugh, that idiot inspector. Took off like he had the case all sewn up, but running fast didn't find him in the leaves, did he? Did it? And here I thought he was onto something. That way, Nashu. I think I may be onto something. Alright, what is he up to?
Is it almost time to eat?
If you can endure but a little while longer, Nashu. Is that don't trying to keep out of sight or not? No sign of him here either. On to the next meteorite. I detect a hint of criminality in that direction. Onwards, Nashu. We mustn't let the detective beat us to the punch. Wait, what? Did Nashu wave at someone? Wait a minute. Really? Bruh. The bug is on top of him. What the fuck? The fucking stalker and the bug is literally on top of his head. That's just funny. What is that? I'm sorry, blue banana? Hildibrand, where'd you get that banana? I say, these bananas are really quite good. Where did you get that banana? Also, Nashu, where did you get that taco?
Travel tacos.
Where did you guys get the... I'm not even gonna bother asking. I could murder an egg right about now. Alright, let's see what we got. What do we have here? Oh, cutscene. Uh-oh. Look out and stand aside, or it's 1,000 needles in your hide! Make way for the unmatchable, uncatchable Spike! Spike! What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, that's a new introduction. This one looks ripe for the... This one looks ripe for the smashing! Hold it right there. I'm gonna need you to hop off that air wheeler. Huh? Ah, you must be the blowhards that I was warned about. Huh. Think you can give orders to the succulent Speedstar? My ride is maxed out with a black market mods, and there ain't no one faster. Keep it up, you keep up if you can, slow pokes. If that's the way it's gonna be, challenge accepted. To me, Night Stallion, it's time to burn rubber. I'm right behind you! Of course.
And I'm right behind you, Inspector!
Oh, brother. I'll just catch up. Yeah! Damn it, the stallion's at full gallop and I'm still trailing. Would seem you require my assistance after all. What the? What the? You caught up to me on foot? Fine. Change of plan. Where's my damn python? I'll just tweak the weapon elemental settings like so. With your steering me and Prophidon's thrust, that fiend will soon learn a harsh lesson. Nothing outruns a fired up Benderville Ben! Oh no. they actually gaining on me? Come on then! I feel the needle for speed! Holy shit! We did it! Victory is ours! Oh no. What the fuck? Oh no. God damn it! I can't believe it. My undefeated record. My legendary win streak. Wait, let me try this again. I can't believe it. My undefeated record. My legendary win streak. It's over. And yet, I feel strangely content. Enough! Enough! You win. Just hand me over to the coppers and be done with it. So the researcher forced you to work for him, like he did with the other fiends. That's right. Told me to smash and grab the meteorites from the forest, but not what he wanted them for. All this way to nab some deliquid goon and no leaves for on Kishkai or Carnelia to show for it. Not to mention my beautiful rice getting trashed. That one's on you, Hildibrand. Perhaps we can try running together next time. I mean, perhaps we can try running together next time. Oh, if you're looking for blah. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, if you're looking for Kishkai, I know exactly where he'll be. Waiting for my meteorite delivery over by the cliffs southwest of here. Why didn't you say that sooner? I bet Carnelian is there with him. I bet Carnelian is there with him. He won't escape me this time. I'll leave this criminal Cactaur in your custody. Fiendish appearance aside, 'tis a man so within, so please treat him accordingly. Now, let us follow the detective to these cliffs, shall we? I must ensure these villains are served a gentleman's justice. Eh, okay. Yeah, my throat. I didn't expect the wild goose chase to become so thrilling, but also at the same time hilarious hilarious. I am here. Seriously? Can you not?
Oh, very happy hearts.
Do you smell it? The sense of criminality is in the air. Shh! I can hear them just up ahead. Let me get the drop on them before we all go barging in. Barging in. Oh, I see them. He's late. He must assume something went wrong. These meteorites will provide the perfect energy source, and I would prefer to harvest a surplus. But it's too great a risk to linger here. Freeze, mage. You so much as twitch your lips, and I'll light you up. No, I've worked too hard to give up now. He's getting away. He'll keep. I've got the one I wanted. But don't think I'm taking you in just so you can escape. Never again. Murder is not the answer, detective. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, no! Oh, what the fuck? Where did Cumberland go? Oh no! Hildibrand, what the fuck? You almost had me. If not for this bubbling fool you tolerated, soft as ever. Wait, so that slime was just an abomination? and me are done, Hildibrand. Stay out of my way. Damn. Wait a minute. That insect is following Hard-to-Boil. My recent inquisition as an inactivity as an inspector appears to have earned the detective's eerie. 'Twas you he turned to for assistance with this case, Matthew. It is only fitting that you remain at his side for the duration. Meanwhile, Nashu and I shall persist with our independent inquiries. Oh boy. This did not end too well. Sorry for the sudden exit back there, but that yolk for brains had me steaming. Really, that stalker? For the love of... I see you sulking over there, soft-boiled. Isn't this a delightful spot of serendipity? We were simply following the villain's trails, and look how we all run into each other, completely by chance. Let me try that again. Isn't this a delightful spot of serendipity? We were simply following the villain's trail, and look how we've all run into each other, completely by chance. Well, we were only passing through after all. We shall apprehend that masked mastermind with our own tried and true methodology. You shall see. Matthew, I want you on the case with me from here on out. When it comes to a proper guide beyond the dome, as well as being tougher than yours truly, no one else fits the bill. You might need to cool your heels for a bit while I work on salvaging more data, but Hard-to-Boiled always gets his files in the end. See you around. Oh boy. Meanwhile, elsewhere. At long last, my scheme has come to fruition. Blah, let me try that again. At long last, my scheme has come to fruition. No longer must I endure the company of incompetent colleagues. All is in readiness. The replication of my brilliant mind is at hand. Never again will I be known as the what now? The Candy Loca. Okay. Never again will I be known as the Candy Loca Corpus second best. My name shall ring across the lands, carried far and wide by an army of unrivaled geniuses. Something amusing. Oh, just the fact that you repaired a device capable of miracles. Yet your plans for it are so very banal. You dare mock me? What a bore he was. Now to realize a dream worthy of his marvelous technology. Oh my god, the saucer! Detective Hardboiled, they called me. Cool and tough as a cucumber wrapped in old leather, a man who prefers his own company. Today's egg was overdone. I let the pot boil and boil, a match to my mood. They say you can make a cracked shell whole again. Maybe it's time I smashed it completely.
Car! Those are some troubling thoughts. Can anyone save Detective Hardboiled from himself? I bet the inspector can. With us on the case, a happy ending is never far away.
That classic ARR style. I see what you guys did there. Oh, but nothing funny. Well, not what I expected, but we are getting close to the finale after all. Well guys, as much as I hate to say this, I think that is all it for today. I hope you actually enjoyed watching this stream, and of course the Hildibrand Manderville quest, but I didn't think it was going to be short, but otherwise, I'll probably see you guys next time on whatever game I'm about to stream, and as always, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.